Hello guys, and welcome back. Now that we've been able to install our Xamp server, the next thing to do now is to install our WordPress locally in our machine. So just as I said, we will be using the local network at the same time using the online host. But to achieve the local network in a much powerful and much beneficial way, let's say for instance you've been able to build a system based on WordPress sites and you don't want to run it online, but you want to run it locally for perhaps the people you have built it for. There will be a need for other machines in the same network to access the system that you have built. But when you use a local host, you're not going to have the access to the system. You need to set the system on an IP address that other computers on the network will be able to access at the same time. Let's quickly dive to our local host Xamp server. So this is our Xamp server. You can start by running the Apache service, and as soon as you see the green, it means there is a green light to go. So let's start the MySQL server to as well. Okay, I think we are good to go, but let's test our local host and see if everything works perfectly as at the time we installed it. So let's quickly go to our browser and let's type in localhost, just as I said earlier. Okay, I think everything works. Let's go with the IP address to the local IP address. That's good. Alright, so the next thing I want to show you is how to change the IP address in order to serve other computers too on the same network. Say for instance, other computers are on the same network. There's a need for those computers to also access the WordPress system that you have been able to build. We have to do some few configuration. There's some few tricks around that we need to tweak and get everything in order. Okay, so the next thing to do now, let's go to our Xamp server and let's try to stop all the services. Okay, so now let's open this configuration file. The configuration file that we want to open here is the Apache httpd.config. Let's quickly open it. Just a reminder, I'm using a Notepad++ note editor, but then you can decide to use the Notepad from the system if you want to use it. But you can quickly download Notepad++ and start editing your code in there. So this is our httpd.config file. What we want to change over here is just the IP that we want our system to begin to listen to. Say for instance, in this case, by default, it is set to listen to port 80. So we want to make the server listen to port 8080 for instance. So another port 8080. And at the same time, we want the system to be accessible by all the computers around on the same network. To do that, you quickly check your IP address. Okay, so let's hit the start button. Let's go to the command prompt and let's quickly look for what we need. Okay, so our IP config gives us the very IP of the device that we want to use as our main server. So in this case, our device is being served on 192.168.8.117. So when you use this IP address and do the configuration, then it means that other machines on the same network will be able to see this current computer as the local host server of the system that you have been able to build. So let's quickly copy this. You can do Ctrl+C to copy it. Let's come back to our code editor and let's try to tell the system to listen to this IP address but on a port 8080 for us. I think that's the only thing we need to do over here. So what you got to do is let's quickly save this file. Okay, alright, so the next thing to do is also to modify a bit our MySQL configuration file. So let's click on config, go to my.ini, and this is my SQL configuration file. Over here I have a source code for you that you can copy and paste over here. But what we want to do here is just to allow MySQL to see any database without giving you any error. So let's quickly try and see if you can create our database. We actually need a database because WordPress runs fully on a database. Without the database, the WordPress cannot be configured. So let's quickly move to our browser to see if we can create a database now before we go in to do our WordPress installation. So on a local host, initially, this is what we had. Let's see if it works. It will not work just because we did that configuration earlier on. We actually serve it on a port 8080. So now let's see if it actually works on port 8080, because we have now created a new port for the system to work on. By default, any web server will work on port 80 by default, but as soon as that changes, nothing works apart from the new changes that you have made with your file. So we actually made a new change over here, that now from now on the server will be listening to port 8080 on this very IP address, so that other machines can also have access to it whilst the WordPress is being installed. So quickly, let's go back to our database. To access the database, you can do phpMyAdmin. Hit enter. Now this wouldn't work because we are using a local host, but if you use our IP address, I'm very confident this should actually work for us. So our IP address should be 127.0.0.1. PHP. Okay, I think the problem here is phpMyAdmin. Okay, so this is our database. So we need to create a new database in the system. We have the database and we have a user account. So for the WordPress to be installed, we need a database and a user account. Quickly, let's first of all have a look at the database. So these are all the databases we have by default in phpMyAdmin. Let's have a look at the accounts. These are the accounts that we have, but we would like to and wish to create a new account. Quickly, let's add a new account to the system. Let's name it Formidable DB. And this percentage sign tells you that when a host table is used, the field is ignored and the values stored in the host table are used instead, which means the percentage sign tells you any other computer can actually access this computer because it's not restricted. So quickly, let's create a password. I would like to just make it simple. Okay, so let's make it simple. So here we are being asked if we want to create a database all along with the accounts that we are using over here. I think that would be the best option. Other than that, we would have to come back and create a new database here. So we quickly want to create a new database with the same username and grant all the privileges to this particular database to go through the user accounts. So let's check all to grant everything. And the next thing to do is just to go ahead and create your database. Let's quickly do this. So quickly, the database is being created here. Okay, so our database is now empty, and there's a need for us to now create our website on this particular database. But before then, let's quickly test our new IP address that we created in the configuration for other computers to also have access to. So let's do this. Let's just copy this IP address and quickly move to the browser and paste this and make it phpMyAdmin. Okay, I think with this it means that any other computer on the same network will be able to access just our system but not the phpMyAdmin, because phpMyAdmin has a serious configuration and a security measure to prevent any machine to have access to the database. So we don't have to worry about that, unless of course we go into other configuration to open the whole server up for any computer to access the phpMyAdmin. But for now, everything is set. The database is fully secured and no computer can have access to it. Quickly, we want to install WordPress now. Let's quickly go to google.com, and once here, let's look for our WordPress download, the WordPress package. I think the first one should give us what we need. Okay, so in this case, this is the WordPress folder or the WordPress system that we want to install. But because we are not online, we need to download it and install it manually because we are now offline. Okay, so I already have this package I'm just going ahead to copy it and show you where exactly we start the installation from. Quickly, I have my package somewhere. I think, let me look for it, please. Okay, nope, my package is not here. I think my package is in the downloads. Alright, so when you look at the version of this WordPress, it's the same thing as what we have over here. Okay, so this is 5.41, and at the same way we have 5.41 here. I've already extracted my WordPress. Let's open the folder to see what's inside. So inside this folder, these are the files we have. The only thing we have to do is just to copy them. So let's quickly copy them, and let me show you where we install the WordPress. Please follow as I do it. Let's quickly go to look at the C and the Xamp server, because we will serve the WordPress on our server. So we open the Xamp server, and now we look for htdocs, and in the htdocs, this is the dashboard. Remember, when you open the localhost, this you saw the dashboard somewhere. Let's quickly have a look at that. So we now want to serve this system on this without our PHP admin. Okay, so this is the dashboard. Okay, and we have the application which is shown in our folder here. The application which is shown in our folder here. This is the dashboard that we opened earlier on. Now this is the directory where we want to install our WordPress. Other than that, nothing works. Let's create our WordPress by adding a new folder. Let's say Formidable. You can change it to whatever you want, please. Formidable DB. Okay. Alright, so let's quickly paste what we copied from there. It's going to take a while, so I'm going to pause the video and come back as soon as this is completed. Alright guys, we are back. I think we've now been able to copy all the files into the website directory. So what we have to do next is just to go to the browser again, and quickly let's make some modification. Instead of dashboard, we now want to go to our folder, which is our local website. So our folder is now Formidable DB. So let's copy that. Let's go to the web address and Formidable DB. Let's hit enter. So this is the beginning of our WordPress installation. As simple as that. Alright, so we want to do the configuration now. This is the WordPress installation interface. So first thing to do is to select the language and move to continue. Alright, so now remember we created a database. WordPress needs a database to be fully installed. And also remember we had a username, which was the account that we created earlier on. We created a password too, a very simple one, and a host. Now this host, you need to be careful as to what you put in there, because if you put in localhost, then it means that other machines will not be able to access your system if you install it on the server. So with that, we need to serve it with the IP address that we configured it with, which was 192.168.8.117. So let's quickly go to the installation. Alright, so here the database we used earlier on, or we want to install the WordPress on, it's Formidable DB, and we actually created a username which was also the same thing, I think. So let's quickly check out all accounts. Okay, Formidable DB on all, and we give it all privilege. Okay, quickly, the password was very simple. You can create your own. And this is the crucial part. So what you put in here is very crucial. So as I said earlier on, we only put the IP address that we created earlier in the configuration, and I think all will be fine after we've done that. So let's quickly clean all this. We don't need anything of this sort. Okay, so the prefix is just what we are going to add to the database to make it more secure, so that nobody can actually guess our WordPress directory prefix. So quickly let's submit this. Okay, alright, I think we are now good to go. Everything has been installed successfully. Let's quickly run our WordPress site. Okay, so now we have some few configuration to still finish up. So what is your site name? you can decide to say Formidable Pro project. Alright, okay. So for our username, I prefer to use my own name, Carlos. And also the password, you can change it or you can still maintain it. I want to change it so that everything will be much easier for me. So I just want to use a very simple one that will help me to remember quickly the next time we come together. So because this password is weak, WordPress is asking you if you really want to use the password by confirming its weak state. But for this demo purpose, we just want to confirm it and go ahead. Now you check here if you want to discourage your website from being seen from Google search. Here actually we don't need any Google search for now, so we can then leave it. So we can leave it or we can decide to check it. Let's install our WordPress. Alright, I think we have a problem here. The problem is you must provide an email address. Okay, so the email address we've forgotten to provide, I think this is it. Let's provide that. Let's quickly use the password that we were using earlier on. Okay. Okay, I want to hide this password. Alright, so let's confirm the weak password. Let's discourage ourselves from the search engine. Let's install the WordPress now. Let's wait a while the system does the configuration. Okay guys, I think we've been able to successfully install our WordPress. So this is my username and the password that we started using earlier on. Let's quickly log in. Okay, so remember I created my own. You could also create your own. Alright, if you want to remember yourself, we don't want to do that. So let's quickly move on by logging in. Alright, so this is our WordPress dashboard. I think by now you're familiar with anything that goes on here. We are not coming to do any tutorial on WordPress, but we are much interested in how to use Formidable Pro plugin to build any form, any system at all of your choice. Quickly, let's have a look at how our site shows. Okay, so this is the front page or the home of our site locally. It means that even if you install this system on a local host somewhere on a server computer, any other computer on the same network using a different IP or using a specific IP of that particular host should be able to access your WordPress system. So 192.168.117 should actually give us the same thing. Okay, so nothing changes, which means any computer that actually uses this address will be able to see the same thing, but not to see any database information. Guys, you can try it out, it works. Okay, alright guys, I think we are done with our first part of the installation of the WordPress. The next time we meet, we are going to learn how to install the Formidable Pro and start our business.